guys, Adam from Equipped Indoor. So today's video we're going to talk about feather sticking, how to make a feather stick, what it's useful for. I get some questions sometimes when we're doing our knife tests and knife reviews. Well, Adam, what do we use a feather stick for, or what is a fuzz stick? So we're going to show you right now. Basically, we're taking a piece of wood like this and we're increasing its surface area so it's easier to combust, kind of like this. Now right now I have a Andy Roy Fiddleback Forge hunter knife from Andy Roy. This is a very ornate piece. I just bought this from Blade Show, at Blade Show. This is the only thing that I bought at Blade Show for myself. Anyway, we're going to come in here, and the biggest problem people have is when they're pushing through their material, they're digging in too far, and it causes them to get dug up, and then they push out and they cut off the piece that they're working with. So we don't want a steep angle, we want a nice shallow angle, and we can just push it up. I even sometimes push it up with my thumb, and I like to rotate my stick around my backhand. Now some people, they angle their blade like this, so it causes the curls to do different things, but I like to work around. Come in here for some bigger pieces. But what we're doing is we are increasing the surface area, the air is going to be able to get through, and then we're going to stuff some maybe birch bark in there, some char cloth. If we're lucky, even if we have a straight flame, this will actually light up a lot better and cause this stick to ignite because of the increased surface area. So right now this is a small stick. This is just what I could find playing around in the backyard. And I just want to illustrate the reason why you would do this. So if we take our old trusty E2E Zippo and we light this stick on fire, well, it's not really working to ignite with just this flame. But we come over here to these little guys right there, as you guys can see, we have combustion. So now this is not going to cause enough flame to actually catch the stick on fire. If we did some more, as you guys can see, it easily goes out. We're moving it around. But we are getting the desired result, and that's the whole purpose behind the feather stick. But let's say we don't have a lighter with us, we just have a ferro rod, maybe some other materials like some char cloth or something like that. You can also get an ember caught in with these with some of the dry material and actually use this as an in-between for some really good kindling. So let's finish making a couple different fuzz sticks, give it a pile, and light some stuff up. Be right back. Alright guys, so we want our feathers all staggered, not stacked like this. You see how those are kind of all in one line? We want to spread them around so we're going at different angles through the piece of wood. But you can do a couple different things. Sometimes I do a spinning feather. So I'm spinning the piece of work all the way around the wood. You guys can see where I'm going with that one. So you got to be careful too, because you see this is kind of delicate. You'll lose some of the work that you're working on. Sharp. Just started it. Alright, now another trick you could use for getting larger feathers is to actually use the belly to the tip of your blade. Because what that's going to do, you're not going to push all through the work. It's kind of a flicking motion. But you got to watch out though, guys. This can be kind of dangerous. So as you can see, as I'm pushing in there, I'm not going to cut off any feathers because my blade's going to stop. Another cool thing, this is a kind of a spiral feather. Sorry guys, what I got here is a ridiculous amount of, of feathers. We're going to take my old Boy Scout fire steel that's on my keychain. And they're off. And once that's in there, we start doing our other stuff. Of course, I'd have larger and larger pieces ready to start burning, and I wouldn't be making a fire on top of a stump. But here at Equipped Indoor, we like to have a little fun. So, the fire's rolling off the stump. Of course, those feathers are going to help us increase the heat to light, larger pieces of fuel wood. Awesome. And we already have the secondary stage, the kindling. It's already lit. Let you guys can see the collapse of the feathers. Of course, the wind is doing my job right now. Alright, so some quick questions. Adam, it seems I'm going too deep and the feathers aren't thin enough. Well, your knife geometry is off on the knife that you're using. The knife is probably too thick. Find something a little bit thinner and that'll probably help you out a lot more. Something like a Scandi works very well. A nice thin convex grind also works very well. But of course, you know, regular old V grind will work, full flat grind will work awesome as well. Thicker the blade, harder the geometry, the blade is going to naturally want to go bite into the wood deeper instead of scraping off those layers. Canting your wrist forward or backwards is going to cause the feathers to flip off a certain way depending on how you like it. My preferred technique, like I said before, I like to do a straight push cut. I feel like you have a little bit more control, and then I like to spin the wood around, kind of doing a spiral set of feathers. But that's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different technique. It also has to do with what kind of wood you're using and the area that you're living in. So feather sticking, fuzz sticking is a task in itself to learn how to do it through that control. And then once you get a really good set of feathers going, you go too far and you cut them all off. That's okay. Scoop those off. They still have some good surface area. Make sure the wood isn't wet or damp. Make sure you get some nice dry deadfall. It makes it a little bit easier. If it's too dry and it's it's falling apart, well, you know, that's not going to help either because it's going to turn it to dust as you're, you know, if it's rotted out. So good stuff all in all, guys. Just be careful when you're out there trying these techniques. Use with char cloth or charcoal, where the fire still works really well. But if you have a one-match fire, feather sticking your wood or increasing the surface area of any wood is really going to help you guys out in that fire lighting faster, hotter, and igniting your secondary tinder, and you'll fuel wood faster. So good stuff. Well, you guys, Adam from Equip to Door. If you have any questions or comments, please email me at adam@equiptodoor.com. You guys take care, be safe out there, and remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Thanks.